Hello, hello. Just getting comfy on my couch. Thought I would get on here for a few minutes before I go to bed. I want y'all to know that I get on here ugly on purpose. Okay? That way I know that I don't have to like put on airs or anything, and that people come here for the content mostly. Sometimes when people are mad at me, they comment, "You ugly right now too?" No, you're never ugly, girl. I'm just saying that, like, also I think that it's I try not to use filters. I do use filters sometimes, but I think that this way you'll know it's me if they remix my videos with AI or something. You'll be like, no, she's got more wrinkles than that. That way you'll know. That's how you'll know. You'll be like, I think that's the future, right? Is imperfect media. We're not striving for that perfect look and that smooth, glossed over look. I think it's about being more real, and like that's the level I'm at anyways. I can't pretend to be perfect. So how are you, Teresa? Thanks for the likes. I appreciate that. But anyways, yeah, I get on here ugly on purpose. I try to look cute sometimes for sure, but like I'm still in my pajamas. Like I didn't even get dressed today. Carissa. Dumped by my situationship. You dumped him. I don't think that's true. I heard that you dumped him. He didn't dump you. He's just avoidant. Yeah, I heard you dumped him. And I don't even know him. I don't even talk to him, so I'm gonna go off what you say. Oh, you just dumped him. You really did just dump him. Oh, perfect. Yeah, Aries new moon. It's time to get rid of that. What house do you have Aries in your chart? Do you know? Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, new beginnings in dating, right? I have not been out on a date at all since I broke up with this boyfriend last July. We broke up right after Uranus entered Gemini. I haven't been on a date since then. I started the astrology page like right after that, and so I've been doing this instead. So you guys are my boyfriend. Yeah, exactly, Goober. Exactly. Oh, what was his big three? You're gonna be mad. You're gonna be mad. He he was a Libra sun and an Aries moon and a Leo rising, and he had a big Scorpio stellium in 4th house. Yeah, he had Scorpio Venus and Scorpio Saturn and a Scorpio South node. I guess that's not a stellium. Oh, and he had Pluto and Scorpio. That was the other one. I know, it was so bad. I've been referencing an apparently incorrect chart for the longest time, and somehow when I look up my chart, it's always different. I use astroseek.com. I use AstroSeek. I've found it to be pretty accurate. Libra Sun and Scorpio Moon, nice. Yeah, astro-seek.com. He had the exact same ascendant as my ex-husband, to the degree. All the angles, he had the exact same angles as my ex-husband, all of them. So that was a problem, but yeah. And then this was such a toxic situation, but I ended up reading charts for that guy's ex-wife, and her rising was at 25 degrees of Leo, just like mine. Like, is that a joke? So there was definitely something. Yeah, it was really bad. Anyway, you're nervous for Thursday. Venus conjunct Uranus at 29 degrees Taurus. Ooh, what houses are they in? Hi, Melissa. It really does. It's so true. It's so bad. Scorpio first house and Taurus 7th. I don't know, where you at with relationships? At least it's not in money houses. If it was in money houses, I'd be more worried. If it was like, oh, that could affect my money. I get that. I don't know, girl. It's just, I take people off the wait list as I can. I am probably taking 30 readings for May, and I've booked 23 of them. And the only reason I haven't booked 30 is because I haven't taken more people off. I could book them immediately, but I don't. I'm trying not to schedule that far out. Well, maybe something will change. Maybe you'll have a realization about your self-worth or something. But I have pulled people off the wait list. And I will with you. I will contact everybody on the wait list. I just haven't been able. I did like 7 readings today. I was proud of me. And I was proud of me for getting them done. But I have like I don't know, I have like 12 more to do before the end of the month. Yeah, Astroseek's nice. Why do I think Aquarius rising's... What do you think? Aquarius rising, Sun in Scorpio, and Aries moon going quiet. Call you. Oh, I don't know, girl. If they're ghosting you, just leave it. If they're ghosting you, just leave it. Don't. Just leave it alone. They're playing games. Taurus Sun, Libra Moon, Aquarius Rising. I feel like Aquarius Risings are born to be different. What do you think? Aries, Sun, Cap, Moon, Gemini, Rising, no water in your chart at all. I'll pray for you. That means that you're going to be attracting a lot of water signs in. That's tough. Well, don't talk to them no more. Hi, Riri. Taurus, Sun, Libra, Rising, Aries, Moon. Is it Aries, Moon in 6th or in 7th house, Lisa? Oh, thanks, Riri. Who, me? No. No, I ain't never been there. Capricorn Moon. Oh. Sag Sun, Aqua Rising, feel like an alien. Yeah. Yeah, that'll do it. Hi. Who are you sharing the live with, Riri? Thank you. Thanks for that. I appreciate that. Hello. Happy Taurus season. That blew over. That blew over. So. Yeah, that HR thing blew over. I told y'all I got talked to, right? My Mars is in Taurus. It's conjunct my midheaven. We actually, that outfit that I put together last night was for a company party. And so I had to go, like, see all those people again. I looked good, though. Well, it was kind of fake anyway. They were just mad about me not kissing ass, and so whatever. Yes, yeah, I desperately need that. Yes. Yeah, and a lot of people will guess Taurus when they guess my signs. I've been good. How have you been? They'll guess Taurus because I've got Taurus on the midheaven, and then I've got Mars and Jupiter and Taurus conjunct on that midheaven. So people are like, "Oh my God, you're so stable. You're so successful." I'm like, "Baby, I'm a mess." After I asked for $17,000 raise, they denied me. I had to see them the next morning pre-coffee. Ew. You're like, what about 10K? Yeah, not really. No, because I have a Pisces stellium. Like, I think men think I'm a chill girl too. I'm not chill. I'm not. I am not a chill girl. Like, oh my God, you're so chill. Fuck, I'm not. You better watch out. Why wouldn't they just give me the money? They said no. It's okay. I quit. Bye. $17,000 isn't even that much. That's true. But Taurus is on my midheaven, so they see my public image. So I've been making it my life goal to be a little bit more authentic, like when I go out dating and whatever, and like just in general. In terms of a raise, I mean, 17,000 makes a big difference, but like in the big scheme of things, for most companies, it's not a huge amount of money. I just have the Capricorn. I don't have any personal planets in Capricorn, but was born when, like, Uranus and Neptune and Saturn were all in Capricorn. Ooh, that's crazy. Where's Mercury in that chart? Well, you have all the houses for sure. It sounds like you only have placements in the ones above 5. I think it's interesting. Kind of means that you're learning your lessons through other people, through lessons outside of yourself rather than like internal work. Although I'm sure there is some internal work, but the Aries stellium went through my 8th house of Virgo rising, Pisces sun, moon, and Saturn. How'd it go? 9th house. Right, but what sign? How do I suggest a Taurus south node? Oh, I just invited somebody. Don't take that. What did I just do? Okay, that was a mistake. No, I invite no one. Bye. How do I suggest a Taurus south node make what? Get the most out of Taurus season. What house is it in, Brianna? Mercury and Leo. That's cool. So that's some leadership quality, I think, to have the ruler for the Mars in Leo. Lilith, it really depends on the chart. Sometimes Lilith is really prominent in people's charts, and it's like, oh, it matters a lot, and other times maybe not so much. Like if Lilith's conjunct an angle, or if Lilith is conjunct a personal planet. If Lilith is conjunct the moon, that gives me pause. I have a friend that she is a Taurus sun and a Scorpio moon conjunct Lilith in Scorpio. Okay, that's a psychic chart. That's a lot of dark feminine energy. She's great. But yeah, that matters a lot. You can find your partner in 7th house, in 8th house, and in 5th house, in my opinion. And then you look at the rulers for those houses as well. South node, Taurus, 9th house. So it'd be reviewing your beliefs. It'd be reviewing the belief. So like making the most of Taurus season would be you reviewing and reflecting on your beliefs, and the beliefs that make you feel secure in your life. And maybe looking at how those belief systems should be implemented into your local network and your Local social network. What does a fifth house Saturn mean for creativity? It's like I can't tap in. What sign is it in, Hannah? And is it in the ruling sign for the fifth house? In Pisces. Personally, I think that I have Saturn in fifth myself. I think having Saturn in fifth house, it can be tough creatively, but I also think that once you're able to lock into it, you have a consistency with it and you have a follow through that other creative type people do not have, especially in something like Pisces. I think that once you can work through the energy, get out of your own way, it might be about you being afraid of doing it the quote wrong way. And if you can get out of that mindset and just get into like being consistent with it, it gives structure to that creativity, in my opinion. But I get what you're saying. It's hard for me to tap into. Hi TV girl. I don't know if that's your name or not, but that's your name now. There is a bug in here bugging me. I want all the bugs to stay dead. Okay, why are they waking up now that it's spring summer? That's loser behavior. I want them to stay dead. Oh, why would he tell you? That's rude. I've never seen the Christian God when I've meditated. I feel like Jesus has come to me a couple times. Is that weird? I feel like Jesus Christ has come to me when I've meditated before. But that might just be because that's who I have context for. And he's always been really chill. Kind of a very loving, kind of gay vibe. Why can't I meditate? My Gemini moon? Probably. I have to like light a candle and get into a vibe. I haven't done it lately. It's been interesting. The more I've been... That probably wasn't even him, Brianna. That was somebody pointed... That was rude of somebody. Talk to Jesus. Maybe... That might have been the Old Testament Christian God or something. The one who demands sacrifice by... I demand a sacrifice. Okay, I'm not doing that. Get a grip. People did that for you for a long time, and it was not that cool of you to ask for a blood sacrifice. Get real. Also, Gemini moon, it's hard for me to meditate. It definitely takes practice. I started meditating just like for breath work and stuff. I do not do it that often. I don't have a regular habit of it. But there's been times that I've lit a candle and caught a vibe and stuff, and I feel like I've seen things. Had like mostly like imagined things. Yeah. Well, I don't know about that. For my birthday, I did a past life regression. I did like a guided past life regression. I thought that was cool. How can we embrace that change? You gotta be able to roll with it. I feel like it's just extremely, Gemini's a mutable sign. And we're jumping from thing to thing to thing to thing really quickly, and then Uranus is sudden changes, and so it's really challenging your ability to adapt. So, if do you have any spiritual beliefs? It's about like maybe wanting nothing, like being okay with whatever happens, letting go of the illusion of control. And then for people who are earth dominant like me, or fixed dominant, that really want that consistency and really want to be able to follow through on things, Uranus and Gemini is going to challenge that. It's going to challenge your ability to do that, and you're going to have to learn to adapt. Does it make two stelliums if... I would say no. If they're all in Scorpio, I'd say it's one big old Scorpio stellium, personally. If they're all, if they're in two different signs, maybe. Scorpio, Chiron in the 12th house. Wow. Does Scorpio rule the 12th, or are you a Scorpio rising? Hello, it's me, the Christian God. KMS. Or give me a goat or something. Or else I'm going to start a war. Yeah, that makes sense, Jess. It's kind of the same vibe as when I asked Abraham to kill Isaac. Any unlucky placements? I don't look at it like that. I would look at it more like, oh, this person overestimates their own abilities. Oh, this person does not realize their own biases. They don't realize how much their subconscious traumas are affecting them. Come here, doggy. Going to court with his dad over custody. I don't understand that. Isn't that over and done? He's a teenager. Right? That's what I don't understand. That's how you know that these dads be playing games, because like, he's a teenager. He's just gonna walk home, or he's gonna drive himself back to his mom's house. Like, you can't force it. It's so weird and controlling. Are you talking about Snuffs? He's here. Say hi. Okay, well, I'm just saying that your son's a teenager and he's not going to stay at his dad's house if he doesn't feel like it. Like, here in 2 seconds he's going to be grown and out of both houses. Then what? Then how's his dad going to cause problems? Get real. He's not a doll anymore. And I don't think that, obviously you should never treat children like they're a possession. But, like, as they get to be teenagers and we're still doing custody battle BS, it's like, this ship has sailed, okay? Like, it is the way that it is. He's pretty much grown. He doesn't want to go to your house. Does he want to go to your house? My Pluto in Scorpio 10th house is opposing my Sun, Moon, and Mercury in Taurus 4th house. Feels unlucky. Yeah, maybe. What's my favorite part of my chart? Maybe my Aquarius Mercury, and maybe the Taurus midheaven placements. Oh, he's a Libra rising going through it right now. That sucks, Quantum. That's crazy. He's torn. Well, it's just like, I don't know. He should have a ton at this point, it shouldn't matter. At this point, a dad should be like, hey, man, do you want to come stay here? You can come stay here if you want. Because you're getting older. Also, how old is your son? Like, is he 13 or is he, like, 17? He's 15. He's getting to a point where he could give dad some of this. And I'm not saying that he should, or, like, I'm not saying that's healthy, but I am saying that if I was a 15-year-old boy and my dad's like, you're going to get in my house and respect me, I'd be like, I'm stronger than you. Why are you treating me like I'm almost grown? I'm almost a grown man right now. Like, why are you trying to act like you have been there, or why are you trying to act like anything besides causing trouble for me and my mom? Saturn told me he would not ever tell me to do that. Brianna, how about this? Brianna, if you're getting a message from gods about that all the time, what about that's not from any god? Is it possible that those ideas are coming from inside your own mind, maybe? Or that you've got something like holding on to you, trying to tell you bad stuff? Have you thought about that? My son's dad is in 8th house. Husband's Mars is in my 12th. That's very karmic. Because, like, first of all, hard to know if gods are real. Okay, hard to know that, like, if you're in a meditative state, where those impressions come from. Maybe they're just coming from inside yourself, right? So if that's the message you're getting all the time and it's distressing to you, what about that's not from a deity? Something else might be going on there. Yeah, if you deal with that already, let's look at it from there. I don't look at death charts. I think this is a good example of how like whatever your belief system is, that it can always be twisted. Your mind can always twist it into what it's like. Your bad brain, that's what I call mine. When your brain is so committed to an idea, you'll filter it through whatever you want to filter it through, and it will still twist it into this SI thing, right? Hi. I'll tell you this much. That particular thing, I don't want to get this live banned. Don't ban me, please. That's nice, Brianna. I'll tell you this much. People who suffer with that, with SI, it's so, like, that's the only way your life is gonna, that's the only way you're gonna feel, that you're always gonna feel as bad as you do now, right? If you, that's how you know it's not a logical thought. That's tough, girl. Yeah, like, because when you think about it, when I had I had an epiphany about that one time. I was like, oh, because you're like, oh my God, I want the suffering to end. I want this to, if you don't believe in it, if you don't know what's going to happen after this life, so all you're going to do is feel horrible, and then it's lights out, you know? And actually, as time goes on, the odds are much better that it will improve. Like the odds of you staying in the exact state of mind as you are right now are virtually zero, unless there's an ending, right? That's what helped me with those types of thoughts. Is I was like, wait a damn minute. I was like, this is even dumb though. Yeah, definitely they can come from trauma. I'm just saying that, like, it's not a logical thought. 8th house synastry. It's a mess. It's honestly a mess, but it's fun. I dabble in 8th house synastry myself. It's, I can't recommend it. I can't stop myself from doing it, but I don't know that I recommend it to other people. So, yeah. Any other questions? I told you about a Gemini that I hung out with that was a software engineer. He was a Sagittarius rising, and his 3rd house was in Pisces, and he was a Mars in Pisces. Yes, I've dated one. But we didn't date because, like I said, the sex was horrible. It was really bad. So we just went out a couple of times. It was... And I wish him all the best. But no, we couldn't date. Absolutely not. Yeah, Gemini Sun and a Pisces Mars. He might have been a Gemini Venus too. His chart was a mess. His chart was a real mess. Yeah, and I think a Gemini Venus too. And then, like, he, you guys, I'm going to hell, okay? Because I was good. I held space for this a lot, but, like, we spent the weekend together. We went away for the weekend, and, like, at one point we were, like, whatever, going to bed or whatever, and he just started crying about his ex-wife. And I was good about it, but I was like, I will never do this with him. He was like literally tearing up crying. He was an Aries moon too. I went through this phase where I was dating these Aries moons when Chiron was conjunct the Aries moon. Like, so I dated him, and his moon was at like 18 degrees of Aries, and then after that I did, but I was stuck with him for the weekend. I wish him all the best. I hope he gets through it. I mean, by all means. But yeah, his moon was at like 18 degrees of Aries or something, and then the guy that I dated for longer, it was at like 20. 19 or 20. And I kept meeting them right when Chiron was conjunct their moon. Yeah. So it was like working out mommy issues and stuff. My ex-husband was a Cancer moon. He never cried after. That makes sense. Yeah, my ex-husband's a Cancer moon in 12th. Oh, he has a Pisces Mars too, actually. He has a Pisces Mars as well. His Mars was conjunct. It was like between my Sun and my Venus. He had a Pisces Mars. He had a Pisces Mars Jupiter conjunction right between my Sun and my Venus in 7th. I felt like that was a marriage indicator in the chart. Yeah, Cancer moon in 12th. It was a problem. And my Saturn squared it. It was literally doomed. Oh my god, he has been stalking. He does stalk me. He might be following right now if he got a different account. Hello, if you are. I'm on good terms with him. I'm not on bad terms with him. I'm a Virgo moon. Pisces moon men just make me melt. I know. I love Pisces moon men are like such a big problem. They're sad boys. Oh, but they're so tender. I feel like they're tender lovers too. Oh. But they're alcoholics. You guys are alcoholics. They're addicted to substances. Am I wrong? They're alcoholics. They're so sweet. They're too sweet for this world, and they turn toxic so bad. I have a Pisces moon. And I've been out with a couple of guys that their moon was conjunct my Sun, and it was so special. It was so special, but it wasn't gonna work. Because they were toxic. They were so cute. Yeah. So, yeah, I have a problem. That's nice. Scorpio moon, I have never dated a Scorpio moon man. I have several friends that are Scorpio moons, and I feel like I'm always this close to getting cut off with them, and so it makes me anxious. I'm this close to pissing them off about something, and I don't know what it is. Because it's happened a few times where I've gotten cut off and they've come back. But those are that's women. They've come back and told me, I don't chase them though, and that's the problem. I won't chase them. I'm not doing that. They're very intense. And I love a Scorpio moon. But it's that feeling of like, yeah, I agree. And it's that feeling of like, as soon as they get some kind of vibe about something, or they think that they might get hurt, it's not even that you've hurt them, it's that they might get hurt, they'll cut you off. I don't mind if they cry. I didn't mind with that guy cry, but I was like, we can't be doing this. We can't. You're not ready. You were not ready to take yourself out on this thing, but thank you. Like, you paid for everything. Thank you. Like, I was really good with my dog. Snuffles loved him. Snuffles loved that guy. I don't mind the intensity. I mind the feeling like walking on pins and needles and feeling like they're playing games with me to maintain a sense of safety and control for themselves. That's my main problem with Scorpio Venus also. But I love the intensity. I feel like sometimes with Scorpio placements, they're so afraid of something happening to them that they become the thing that they fear. That's how I feel about Scorpios. Is that they're so afraid of being vulnerable and getting hurt that they make other people feel vulnerable and then hurt them. There's some Scorpios that are like that for sure. Scorpio moons are rough. Exactly. Yeah, my sister's a Scorpio moon as well. They become the thing that they fear. And so then for me, sometimes I think about Scorpio placements and it's like, do you think everybody's going to do this to you because that is how you are? You're actually the villain. I need some of them to understand that. You're actually the villain. If you're going around thinking everybody's going to betray you and that everybody wants to maintain a power dynamic and you don't want to get got by people, it's because you're trying to get everybody. And that's how you're going into it. And so that's the energy that you get out of any situation when you're going into it like that. You know, and why would you expect anybody to prostrate themselves and beg for your attention and beg for your presence? How, you know, and not all Scorpios, but like, think about it, you know, and that hurts me. You know, I'm looking for exchange and I'm looking for like a deep soul exchange. And Scorpio placements will say that they want it, they think that they want it, but really they end up like stringing along with it. I've been so tired with this Aries stellium. So real, girl. So real. Now you're good. NM, does that stand for New Mexico? I'm just trying to tell y'all something. I enjoy Scorpios. It's like they're so afraid of getting hurt and they hurt me so bad. And out of their own mouth, I haven't done anything to them. Maybe they're lying, but they hurt me so bad. Oh, baby, I have. They're pissed. Oh, they're pissed. I did that about Aquariuses, and they got mean. Ooh, and I talked about, I made a video about how Aquariuses don't know how to have a logical argument, and they don't and they just automatically think that they're right and stuff. And there was people in the comments attacking my appearance. And then it was response to a comment. Someone had said like, "Oh, like I'm an Aquarius that does humanitarian work, so give us another one." And then all of them were like, "Aquariuses don't even care about your opinion." And it was like, baby, an Aquarius asked me for this opinion. They asked me. That was why I made this fucking video, you idiots. And then but they're the only ones that tried to attack my character. They told me I was a bad astrologer. Yeah, exactly. Told me I was ugly, told me that no one cares what I think. Like, they got mean, like, bad. Really, really, really bad. It was crazy. And not all of them did, but, like, those are the people that have been the meanest. Scorpios before, they'll just be like, y'all think you know us. Because I made one where I was like, Scorpios are always overestimating how much they can manipulate people. And then one was like, I don't overestimate anything. Y'all think you know us. And it's like, and then, so I think it's fixed signs. I've decided it's fixed signs are the problem. Because fixed signs just think they know shit, and you don't know. Well, it's fine. It's the internet. But, like, it was nasty quick. And then they attacked that I was a Pisces. They were like, oh, you know, just because you're such a Pisces, just because no one's engaging in your victim bullshit. And I was like, that's not even what I said. Show me where I talked about my feelings getting hurt. Well, and Pisces can definitely do that, but it was extremely irrelevant to the argument that we were having. That gives me hope, NM, because sometimes I feel like Scorpios can only be with other Scorpios, and I want them to be able to be compatible with Pisces because I love them. But the successful relationships for Scorpios that I've seen in my life are Scorpio. And it makes me sad, makes me feel like I don't have any hope. I mean, I'm a victim sometimes, but I wasn't like, my feelings have been so hurt by Aquarians not wanting it. It's like, well, Aquarius doesn't have to take your feelings into account. And it was like, no, what you're doing is negating an opinion based on the fact that you made a generalization about Pisces being emotional. And do you understand that you have made a logical error? You have made this is exactly what I'm talking about how you don't know how to debate. It was crazy. You should go watch it. Ooh, they got so mean, dude. But anyways, yes, I do that. Some people get mad. I'll be doing that for Tauruses. I don't really have a lot to say, but Tauruses think they're right as well. And so yeah, I think it's fixed signs. Taurus just gets something in their head a certain way. But again, most of the Tauruses that I know have Scorpio placements as well. So for me, like, it's hard for me because there's ways that the energy is so similar between Taurus and Scorpio. And so for me, I feel like the Tauruses in my life, sometimes they just get something in their head a different way. I know. I've done a lot of Leo videos, though. I've done more than I have for Taurus. I had to make a playlist for Taurus. I hadn't made any about Taurus. But, like, I feel like the Tauruses that I know, once they get something in their head a certain way, that's it. But some of that is the Scorpio as well. They're like, no, you're evil. I'm like, I'm not evil. I'm not lazy. Like, I've had that at work a couple times. It's like, no, you were wanting me to do 7 hours of work in 2 hours. Like, you're just not understanding. You're not understanding what I'm saying to you, and you're not listening. But it's okay. Libra rising advice for what? Someone was asking my placements. I'm a Pisces, Sun and Moon, and a Leo rising. And I've got Aquarius in 7th, and I've never dated anybody with a single Aquarius placement. Is that not weird? Isn't that odd? Not one. It's a lot of energy in 7th. No, it was somebody with both. And it was just because she wasn't understanding. She was like, well, can't you give an hour over here to them so that they can do something? I said, we have to do the same amount of work. So no, I can't give them an hour. And she was mad. She's like, can't you switch them a patient so that they can have an extra hour? I said, no, because they're going over to the hospital to see the same patients that I'm seeing. There's 7 patients to see this morning. And physical therapy has 3-ish hours to do it, and you're asking for a 4th for them, and I have 4 hours to do it, so no, I can't. And it's math, so no. Good night, Riri. But anyways, we're over it. We worked through it, but at that moment, like, she wasn't willing to see it. She had it in her head a certain way that I was being rude about it for no reason, and that wasn't true. And I would explain it to her, and she just wasn't going to hear it. First house Pisces stellium, including rising with Aqua Venus. That is nice. She wasn't my boss. She wasn't my boss. But yeah. I have a Taurus MC too, Hitty. No, my boss is a Cancer. I've got Cancer in 12th. Yeah. Yeah, my boss is a Cancer, and he's diabolical. But anyway. I had a good time. That outfit I posted was for the company party, and it turned out really cute, so. I gotta go to bed here in just a minute, guys. Does anybody else have any other questions before I head out? Okay, what is it, Melissa? Why would you? What do you owe them an apology about? Oh, the moon void, of course. I get it mixed up with the moon being unaspected. Because out of bounds, does anybody know the answer to this question? Because moon out of bounds is different than void of course, and that's different than unaspected. I'm going to look it up and I'll make a video about it tomorrow, Melissa. If she wants to. What are your placements? I'll look it up and because I get mixed up on it. But I know when the moon is void of course for a few days of the month, it's supposed to be really volatile energy. Yeah, I'm going to look it up. Because I've looked at it a couple times. I'm not a like I'll look it up. I'm not like the world's expert on astrology. Or if someone's moon is void of course in their chart, I know that that's important, but I always get it mixed up with being unaspected. I mean, I Google stuff. I go to AstroSeek almost for everything, though. Whoever said they lashed out at the Gemini Pisces Sun. Did you look? I'm divorced, okay? So I'm not really probably the person you should go to for relationship advice, but I'm saying if you, with a Pisces Sun rising and a Cancer Moon, if you lashed out and you were mean to a Gemini Sun, Cancer Moon, Libra rising man, like, did he goad you into it? Did he do some messed up stuff and got you to a point where you finally told him something and now he's mad? He deserved it. No apology. Yeah, no apology. Stop messing with him. He's acting mad to avoid accountability. So, yeah. And should you have lashed out? No, okay, because that's not the person you want to be. Right? But that's more for you. That's not for him. You don't want like someone to be able to get you to that point, and that's totally valid. Okay, I get that. But it's not because you owe him an apology. So you need to apologize to yourself, I think. I think you should just be like and acknowledge that to yourself and say, "Self, I'm really sorry that I let us get to a point with this man that he got me out of character, and I'm going to work harder to stay centered within myself instead of trying to center my sense of emotional safety around another person, so that I can recognize my own limits on those things and give myself permission to step back." Okay? I've had to do that too a lot. A lot. He deserved it though. And you know what? Like, that you ain't the first one that's given it to him, and you won't be the last unless he changes. Exactly. No apology. I'll tell you this much, if you have any lessons to learn with him, it's learning to center yourself and step back. You don't need to be giving so much to somebody who understands what he is doing, understands that like he was trying to poke you into be acting like that, and now he's like, "Oh, look how mean you were. You lashed out irrationally." That's an MO of his. How old is he? And how old are you? Is he a lot older than you? Yeah. He's not a ton older than you, okay. Honestly, girl, here's how I look at that, okay? If he's older, like I'm 37, so I see men that are like friggin' 40 years old doing that shit, okay? And at that point, he knows exactly what he's doing. And at 23, he probably does too, but at 40, he for sure friggin' does, okay? At 23, he may or may not know exactly what he's doing and why he's doing it. Maybe he does and maybe he doesn't. But if he doesn't realize exactly what he's doing, the only way he's going to learn to show up better in his relationships and to not act like that is by the good people in his life pulling back when he pulls that shit. Oh, thanks, Looney Tuna. Looney Luna. And that's what I'll say about that. So, like, if you're like, oh, but I love him and I care about him and I want the best for him, whatever. The best thing for him would be to learn at the youngest age possible. There you go. The best thing for him would be to learn that at the youngest age he can possibly learn that if he pulls BS, people who care about him, who he goads into acting that way to engage with him, if he learns that they'll pull back and pull out of his life when he does that, the earlier he learns that lesson, the better. And so that's why you'd need to stay strong and stay away from him. It's actually helpful to him. What can one do about an abusive 24-year-old Scorpio moon and physically abusive? Stay away from her. Good. I'm glad. Scorpio moon, Cap sun, Taurus rising. Thoughts? Why are you so morose, girl? You chain smoke or what? You depressed or what? I love your vibe though. Partner 14 years, Pisces rising, Cancer sun, Pisces moon. That's a lot of Pisces between y'all. That's smart, Melissa. It's all of it. It's the Scorpio moon and the Capricorn and the Taurus together. Okay, I gotta go to bed. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna look up Void of Course moon like right now. Have a good night. Sweet dreams.